Today, just get comfortable, however's comfortable for you, just so that you can sit with a long, tall spine. Draw your shoulders down and back. Elongate up your vertebrae. With your exhale, soften your belly. Good. If you want to sit on a bolster, just to get those hips above the knees, I feel like that really helps establish a solid base. And I really reach the thigh bones down and elevate up through the upper back. But the goal here is to fully soften through the belly and begin to expand breath from the diaphragm right into the abdominal pelvic cavity, and then feel it kind of reflexively balloon back in. So even if you want to take one palm to your belly and just begin to feel that gentle rise and fall of breath through your abdominals. Notice how the inhale expands the lungs, the diaphragm down. Notice how the exhale gently hugs it in. If it feels safe, you can close your eyes, tune your awareness inwards, and just begin to feel this action. As you feel this action, really begin to notice that gentle rhythm of breath. Soften your edges as you breathe, observing where tension might begin to build or flow. Allowing each breath out as a chance to release anything and everything that no longer serves you in this moment. Release limiting belief systems. Let go of any fixed or stuck mindsets. And begin to allow for space. Space in body throughout your tissues and space in mind to allow for some room between stimulus and response. Let's take 10 more breaths just like this. Not forcing, not constricting. Bear the seat of the witness, letting go of the inner critic. And observing more consciously in mindful presence. Let your breath be the soundtrack to your practice. Let it be your compass that navigates you through each shape, noticing its texture and tone. It's one of the tools that we can rely on to remain and reside in presence and gauge what's happening beneath the surface. Take a cleansing breath in, sigh it out. Beautiful. Let's meet in a child's pose. When you're ready, coming on to all fours, shift your blankets, bolsters beside you. I'm going to recommend that you bring your blocks to the top of your mat. Good morning, Helen.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I anticipated this. All right, so 2 blocks. A bolster or blanket, maybe a gray block, just depending on how your joints are feeling today. And as you take the knees wide, let's really relax the top of the feet to the earth. Melt your hips back, and then crawl your upper vertebrae longer away from the tailbone. Bow your forehead down, rest. I want you to really begin to notice your inhalation. Stretch the length of your spine. As you relax your shoulders, relax your forearms. See if you can surrender up to a little bit of gravity, like the hips are cascading down like a waterfall to the heels. As you rest your forehead, can you feel that gentle compression through your brow line and up the tissues through the forehead to hairline? Maybe feel a little bit of weight or a gentle massage as you cradle and rock the head to your mat, releasing any tension through the brow line, through the forehead line. Keep your chest broad to your mat. See if you can hear that oceanic breath as it pulls in and washes out. Keep your hips sinking back. Let's walk both hands and the side body over to the right edge of your mat, elongating your left rib cage. Maybe the heart comes into the right thigh, maybe it doesn't, that's okay. Square your chest to the earth as you reach out through the left palm. Draw your forehead back down. Let your inhale weave down through your rib bones as you breathe in towards that left hip crease. Lift your gaze. Stay long in your body as you walk your hands all the way over to your left. Stretch long through your right side body. Come back through to center. And then lifting your elbows, really firm your hands down and actively push your hips back. Press some length into the spine for 3, for 2, 1. Round up into your cat pose. Set your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders, and go right into that Halloween cat. Firm the shin bones down. Press the heart up as you humble the crown. Feel a broadening through the back of the heart. 2 more breaths. Here we go. Keep the shin bones firmly into the ground. Articulate the tailbone up. Hammock, belly, ribs, chest. Shoulders can come up to the ears as the sternum pulls through the arms. Gaze front. Beautiful. Trying to find more space through the sacrum and the upper back rather than your lower back. Rounding with your breath round. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to connect with your breath, noticing the peaks and valleys of your spine. Taking in observations of where there's a lot of room to move. Keep connecting, move with your breath. Gliding through the shapes on the inhale and the exhale. Keep flowing. Notice where there might be some harbored stickiness in the tissues or spaces that feel like they're calling out a little louder to you than normal. And again, what is normal, right? It's so subjective to everyone. Flushing out 2 more cycles. Last one. Exhale, find a neutral flat back. Beautiful. Let's shift the weight over to your left palm and then try to square your hips up in space. Have a slight tone to the lower belly so we take out that dip of the lower back. Front hips and front ribs slightly snatched together. And then pushing through the left index knuckle, really firming the left arm straight. Inhale, reach the right arm up, twist. And then we're not going to fully thread, we're just gonna lightly thread, reach for the opposite wall, right arm underneath left side body. Inhale, open right back up, thoracic twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, expand. Exhale, thread. Notice the hips are swaying a lot. Try to minimize that as you find a little bit more wiggle room in the upper back. Last 2. One more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach your right hand forward, squaring your chest to the ground, hugging, hollowing in the hip creases to the wrist creases. Press the left heel back, flat back, flat back. Turn your left knee, left big toe to the right heel. Now, take out that dip of the lower spine, really lengthen heel to hand. Inhale. Exhale, like there's a lemon between your elbow and your knee. Juice it, squeeze, compress, tiny little ball. Inhale, expand, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, stabilize, flat back, shoulders hip square. Exhale, squeeze. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. This time we elongate. Inhale, find space. Beautiful, keep left heel lifted, right palm down. Inhale, pick up that right shin bone, take it to the back right hand corner of your mat. Begin to stack your hips, stack your ribs, get longer from the left heel to crown of head, pushing away from the ground, modified side plank. As you find that modified side plank, really take that bottom right rib higher away from the ground. Lengthen your tailbone as you stomp the left heel. Maybe reaching up. Beautiful. If you'd like to bind, you can bend the left knee, catch it with the left palm. Again, just an option. So we're balanced in this modified side plank. So right hand down, right shin bone down. And we're lengthening, we're opening, finding more space. Last 3, 2, look to the top of your mat. 1, nice and slow, bring left palm down, look forward, pivot right shin bone, left knee to chest. Step forward, the lunge. Left foot forward, squaring the hips. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. Option to place a blanket or a gray block underneath that back knee, because I know this floor is really tough. Beautiful. Drawing right hip to left heel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ribcage in. Now, nice and slow, we're going to cactus the arm bones, squeezing shoulder blades down the back. Slight hug of the chin in. Begin to draw the forearms back. Draw your gaze up. Work that balance. Notice if you start to stifle your breath. Staying upright through the upper body. Right rib comes forward. Twist to the left. As you twist left, push the hands apart. Pressing some energy into the arms, into the shoulders. Option to exalt, left palm, right thigh. Inhale, expand the right arm up. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't, that's okay. Find that balance for 3, for 2. Slowly twist, right arm up over left thigh. Option to stay here, modifying the prayer twist. Lengthening the spine, draw left hip back. Exhale, maybe palm stack. Squeeze shoulder blades together and down. Lengthen up the crown of your head. Now breathe into that spiraling action of your rib cage. Last belly breath. Both hands inside left foot. Anchor your left palm right beside the left foot, left big toe. Feel the tricep on the inner left knee. Pick up the right shin bone. Take it to the back left-hand corner of your mat so that the shin bone's almost parallel to the back edge of your mat. Now, go ahead and bend deeper into the left knee. Let there be a little bit more lengthening from the right groin to the right knee. Slowly roll the right chest open, reach up, modified side angle. Now, you want to feel that through the groin, the adductor. Beautiful. Try to squeeze the left hip forward. Pull your right hip back. Lengthen as you draw more room from the hip creases to the ribs. Push into the left palm. Inhale, rise. Modified warrior 2. So we're staying low. We're just lifting up. Chest square to the long edge of the mat. Draw shoulders down and back. Push out the hands. Now, we have to engage our glutes here so that left butt cheek is firing. So you want the left knee to still track forward. Can we lunge it out a little deeper? Let the left knee track forward. Get some ankle flexion. Good. Flip the left palm. Lift, exalt, right palm down, right leg, left palm high. Feel some space from left hip to left rib. Beautiful. Find that low warrior 2 arms. Bringing the spine back up. Inhale. Exhale, press into the left heel, straighten the left leg. Balancing on the right shin bone. Stack left heel down, left toes up. Pulling left hip back, right hip slightly forward, just getting a little bit of rotation. Soft bend to this knee. Feel free to use a block inside the left thigh. Begin to reach the left side body out. Exhale, left palm down, maybe right palm up. Fingertips can come to a block or the ground. Just want to feel a gentle lengthening to those inner hamstrings, those adductors, yeah. Try to take the pressure off the ankle, so let the left palm either touch the ground, a block, or just hover in space. You've got it, one more breath. Inhale, rise. Bend back into that left knee, land the foot. Lunge it out, let that right hip come close to the left heel. Beautiful. Here we go, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot, pivot the right shin bone, step back, tabletop. Flush it out, cat and cow. Reset. One more cycle, clearing with the exhale, like you're cleaning the slate. Find a neutral flat back. Really stabilize your spine, so hips and shoulders are square to the ground. You're already feeling a slight tone into the belly, just taking out that arch of the lower back. Feel like you're lengthening the sacrum behind you. Anchor the right palm underneath the right shoulder, hips stay relatively square in space. Left palm's gonna reach up, thoracic twist. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, weave left arm underneath the right side body. I like to try to keep that right arm straight. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, thread. Keep going, 2 more. Notice your breath. Last one. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Push the hands apart. Exhale, left palm forward, shoulders square to the mat. Hollow the belly in, flatten the lower spine. Right heel extends back. Now already I'm dipping into my lower back, so I'm gonna try to hug front hips into front ribs, and then turn right knee, right toes into the left heel, lifting with the glute and the hamstring. Beautiful, taking a big breath in. Here we go, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, reach, heel away from hand. Flat back, hips, shoulders square. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, elbow to knee. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, strong, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, stay long, left palm down. Inhale, pivot your left shin bone to the back left edge of your mat. Slowly push into the left side body to lift the right. Stacking, externally rotating that right hip, pushing the right heel back, maybe lifting the right arm. Beautiful, take that bottom left rib further away from the ground. Squeeze shoulder blades together on your back. Now I'm trying to get longer in space. We have 5 more breaths. Option to bind as you bend the right knee. Maybe you catch the right foot. You don't have to today. Maybe you're just playing around with balance. Testing your limits, finding your edge. Allow for that little bit of space to play nice. Yeah, good, Helen. Beautiful, my friends. Last 3, good, cat 2. Gently release the right foot, look down, look forward. Slowly plant the right palm. Pivot the left shin bone. Curl right knee in the lunge. Sink into it. Squaring the hips towards the right heel, rise up. Soften the shoulders if they're feeling a little sticky. Palms face. Relax the neck and jaw. Cactus the arm bones. Tuck the shoulders down your back, hug your front ribs in. Slowly begin to rotate to the right. To the right, yeah. It's okay, I also have 4 rights. As you feel that gentle rotation in the upper back, begin to push the hands apart. Left palm forward, right arm soars back. Push your hands apart. Slow exhalation, right hand slowly meets left thigh, left palm up and over. Think about taking up space, make room in the body, in your tissues, in your mind. One more breath. Beautiful prayer twist, set up left arm over right thigh. As you meet the left arm to the right thigh, really squeeze right hip back. Lengthen your spine, option to stay here, or bring the hands to meet. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lengthen out through the back of your neck. And then feeling that rotation with breath. Maybe one day thumbs are at heart center. It doesn't have to be today. Last big belly breath, feeling that rotation. Both hands to the inside of your right foot. Feel the right tricep, the back of the right arm snuggle the inner right thigh. Press the chest forward. Stay heavy on that right heel. All right, inhale, lift the left shin bone. Take your left shin bone, drop it back to the back right edge of your mat so that shin bone's almost parallel with the back edge of your mat. And then slowly pushing through the right palm, lengthen your spine, lengthen your side bodies. Squeeze your right hip forward. Begin to pull your left hip back. Rotate the left rib on top of the right. Maybe reach up, modified side angle. Good, so you really want to feel this through the groin, the abductors, the inner thighs. Again, you can modify using blocks, props, however many things you need to help support you. One more breath in this juicy hip opener. Exhale, slowly rise, warrior two arms. Don't be afraid to lunge deeply through that right knee. So really getting the hips open here. Flip the right palm. Little exulsion, left palm down the left leg, right arm up. Feel that space from right hip to right armpit. Inhale, lift the spine, warrior two arms. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Gently place the right heel down, soften the right knee, make sure you're not hyperextending. Tip the right hip crease back, lightly rotate the left hip forward. So you're getting just a little pushback of the tailbone. With the arms extended, reaching right arm forward like we're about to take a triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. Let's go to the inner shin or thigh. Make sure you're not landing on the shin. I don't want that much pressure on the knee. Wing the shoulder blades behind you. Lean the skin behind the ears back. One more breath. Inhale, rise. Reset the right foot. Lunge back into it. Modified warrior two. Beautiful. Don't be afraid to let this right knee go past the heel. Get it to track in line with the second and third toe. Last breath. Here we go. Windmill the hands down, cartwheel them down. Pivot that left shin bone. This time tuck left toes. Step back to your first down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. As you hook the toes, press them back, take up a lot of space on your mat, about 3.5 feet, depending how tall you are. Point those index fingers forward, grounding the index knuckle. And begin to burrow the 4 points of your body into your mat. Pedaling out heels, pedaling out legs, really turning the inner thigh bones up and back. Pushing length from index knuckle right up to the tailbone. Armpits broaden towards the thighs. Relax neck and head. Looking forward, bend your knees. Slowly step heel to toe, wake up that back body. Feel free to use your blocks to catch your hands. Forward fold, top of your mat. Uttanasana. Ragdoll heavy. Soften your knees, lighten your toes, and try not to collapse the arches of your feet. So wing the ankles over the outer heel edges, and then push down through the big toe mounds, not the big toes. Yeah, so even lifting the toes, just feeling that engagement through the 4 corners of your feet. Inner edge of heel, outer edge, big toe mound, pinky toe mound. Moving with breath, soften the knees, lighten the toes. Halfway lift, push your sternum forward. Feel the belly hollow in, just like we did in tabletop. And then send your tailbone back, like you're getting longer in space, like taffy being pulled. Exhale, fold. 2 more halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Breathe out. Shift your blocks. Step back to your plank. Inhale, really charge up your plank, rocking the weight of your body forward to your fingertips. Get light on your toes. Really feel your sit bones hug tight towards the front ribs. Wrapping the elbow creases inwards, looking forward. One long line, option to drop the knees, lower down for 5. Elbows brush the side bodies. 4, try to keep the hips up. 3, 2, 1, release your belly to the ground. Kick your thigh bones longer out of your hips. Glue the shoelace side of your feet down for your first cobra. So palms are just little props here beside the ribs to wing the elbows together and to lift the shoulder blades together. Now, lengthen your tailbone by squeezing your hips. Push the front of your hip creases into the mat, tone the belly. Inhale, undulate the heart forward until you can't help but lift it up. So we're getting the shoulder blades tugged together, pulling away from the ears, lengthening out the neck. Maybe lift the hands so you know we're not cheating. There we go, elbows hug tight. Exhale, release. 2 more just like that with your breath. Prep the lower limbs. Inhale, begin to caterpillar your heart forward and up. Exhale, float it down. 1 more, caterpillar your heart forward and up. Exhale, lower it down. Tuck your toes, tabletop, high plank, down dog. Beautiful, raise your right leg. Press your heart back to the left ankle. Bend the right knee, lift the right knee higher. Now really find some space from left heel to the very tip of your right knee. Exhale, look forward. Step forward, high-low lunge. Get the right foot between the thumbs. Sink your hips low. Your hands can be on blocks or fingertips. Find what works for you. We're only here for 1 big belly breath. Here we go. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Slight toe, soft knees. Exhale, fold. Getting taller in our body, undulate all the way up. Inhale, stretch up, reach up. And then big circle the arms, swan dive all the way back down, lead with your heart. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. This time, right foot steps back, high-low lunge. Use your blocks or your fingertips. Hammock your right hip low. Pull the right knee towards the left heel. 1 breath. Exhale, flatten the hands. Step back, 3-legged dog. Left heel high this time. Really reach the heart back to the right ankle. Bend the left knee, take the left knee higher. Let the left hip rise up. Beautiful, 1 more breath. Exhale, step it forward. This time, warrior 1. So left foot inside the left thumb. Turn your right toes out to 45 degrees so the heel can spin in. Legs are on train tracks, cross-country ski tracks, so that you can really pull the hips into alignment. Use your breath to rise. Good, now, don't just dump into that front heel. I want you to push down to that back leg just as firmly as you're pressing into the front heel. Curl the tailbone forward, bending deeper into that front knee. Can we take the knee almost over the heel or right over the heel? There it is. That right hip's pulling forward. You're looking forward. Ribs are in. We rise. Beautiful. Let's cactus the arm bones. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach up. Cactus the arm bones. Bend that front knee. Let it track to the second toe. There's that balance, yeah. Inhale, reach up, rise up, straighten the front leg. Ground that front heel, let the knee track to the second toe. 1 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, here we go, bend the front knee, catch the arm bones. Reaching back, squeeze the back body, fan your fingers, draw shoulders away from your ears. Now, toning the belly, 1 long line from back heel to crown of head. Trust the process, because we're gonna fly. Get heavy in the left heel, get light on the right toes, until you can't help but find some lift off warrior 3, toppling tree. If it's wobbly, let it be wobbly. If it's balanced and perfect, let it be that. Doesn't matter. Last 3, little cobra with the upper back. 2, ready? Forward fold. 1, top of the mat, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, stretch up, reach up, look up. Big swan dive, lead with the heart. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back to your plank. Inhale. Now, option to go only halfway or all the way down again. Slowly bend the elbows, 1 long line of your body. Rock the weight forward. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, either cobra, or if you're ready for that up dog, plant the shoelace at your feet. Press the arms straight into the ground. Elbows rotate in to hug to the ribs. Shoulders rotate on the back body. Now, push your shoulders away from your ears. Lift the skin behind the ears. 1 more breath, hip creases to wrist creases. Exhale, down dog, hug it up and back. 3 big breaths. clean the slate. Inhale, raise your right leg. Bend the right knee, open the hip. Really let the right hip stack on top. Last breath, lift up. Exhale, warrior one, step forward, veer one. Spin that left heel down again, legs on train tracks. That just means there's some space between the heels. That just means they're not intersecting. Beautiful. Taking up lots of space on your mat, rooting the left heel, curl your spine forward and up. Find balance, good. Left hip is pulling forward, right hip is pulling back. Gently pressing that left heel down so that when we even look back, we have a little arch to that left foot. Keep the foot active, keep the arch lifting, good. Now as you lift up, ribcage in, soften the shoulders. So you soften the shoulders, bend that front knee, yeah, good. Cactus the arm bones. Inhale, begin to draw your gaze up, opening up the chest, there we go. Straighten the front leg, breathe in, reach. Here we go, cactus. Bend the front knee, track it to the stepping toe. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach. Cactus, bend the front knee. Last one, show me your strength, your power, that slow control. Oh, that illusion of control at least, right? Beautiful, hold that bend. Beginning to open the chest, feeling a little bit of activation through the core and upper back. Sweep the arms behind you, lean forward. So Superman arms, reaching the shoulders together. I guess this wouldn't really be Superman arms because, you know, Superman always has one fist forward. But I want you to feel that hug between the shoulder blades and that scapular depression as the shoulder blades snuggle down away from the ears. Heavy in the right foot, trust, trust, trust. Fly up, warrior three, push through the right foot, yes. If it's messy, let it be messy. If it's perfect, let it be perfect. We're here without judgment, last 3, 2, little cobra, 1 forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot, let the belly touch the thighs. Feet are about 2 fist distance apart. Padagostasana, peace fingers, thumbs wrap around your big toes. Now, keep pushing through the outer heel edges. Keep your belly glued to your thighs. Pressing through the outer heels, begin to pull the crown of your head down. With the inhale, keeping the belly glued to the thighs, you're gonna send the sit bones up. Don't let the belly remove from the thighs. Yeah, a little shake, a little quick. Ooh, my hamstrings are shaking like a leaf today. As you bend through the hips, feel the length of the spine. Try to get a flat back. Shoulders away from ears. 2 more belly breaths. Rock it back, release, sigh. Here we go, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Maybe hips go forward, looking up. Maybe draw the biceps by the ears. Little undulation through the upper back. Big circle the arms, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Step back to your plank, inhale. Rock the weight of your body forward, really feeling front hips to front ribs. Heavy around the fingertips and the toes. Option to drop the knees, bend the elbows, tuck that on down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Hip creases to wrist creases. You're pushing the ground away from you, really wrapping the elbows into the ribs, shoulders behind you. Down dog, 5 breaths. Option to take rest. If you need child's pose or water, listen to your body. Find space to clear out and let go. We'll meet back in down dog in 2 more breaths. Slowly, mindfully feeling, observing. Beautiful. Inhale, raise your right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward, high lunge, crescent lunge. Right foot, right heel, inside right thumb. Squaring your hips low, lift the left heel. Now, use your core, use the strength of your spine to lift all the way up. Pull the left hip forward, get high on that back heel. Yeah, or I guess back toes, the heel's lifting. Now, begin to shrug the shoulders down, hug your ribs in, stabilize hips, yeah, push in the front heel. And then slowly twist to the right, right arm back, left arm forward. Push the palms apart. Maybe you draw your gaze back to that right thumb. If not, that's okay. Slowly landing left palm down for firefly. As the left palm comes down, reach the right hand up. push the hands apart. Now, notice if you're winging the hips all the way to the left or right, try to bring them back to the middle. Good, squeezing the right glute back, last breath. Right palm down to the inside of the right foot, side angle pose. Spin the left heel down so the heels intersect. Nice. Contracting the inner heels tight together. Lengthen your spine. Open the chest, side angle. Feel free to place a block underneath that right hand. Beautiful. That right tricep, that right shoulder's pushing the inner right thigh bone back. You're trying to hug the inner right hip forward. Stacking left. All right, here's the strength. Inhale, lift, warrior two, rise up. Right knee's going to the second or third toe. You're still squeezing right hip forward, left hip back. You're pushing down through that back leg. Flip your front palm. Look down the left leg, exalt. Right side body lifts. Left side body begins to extend back. One more breath into the right rib. Exhale, right elbow, right thigh, extended side angle, get longer here. I know that right thigh bone's cooking. Left arm up overhead. Beautiful, one more breath. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. I know, right? Heel toe that left foot closer. So I want about 2.5 to 3 feet between the heels. You're gonna pull right hip back, left hip forward for triangle. Reaching the arms out, pressing the tailbone to the back wall, strongly press down through both feet. Reach your rib cage parallel to the ground. Keep reaching past the front edge of your mat, past the front edge, past it, yeah. Get there, get there, get there. And then slowly draw right hand down, left hand up. Your hand can be on a block, props, whatever you need. You can float in space. But now I just really want you to check in with that back foot. Can we still push down through that back foot and keep the arch active? Can we lift the back 5 toes, the left toes? Just the toes. Yep, there we go. Inhale, last breath here. Let the next inhale inflate you up. Beautiful. Turn your left hip forward, right hip back. Adjust your left foot to step into a modified warrior two, or sorry, warrior one. So it's as if we're about to take warrior one, legs on train tracks, back heels grounded, right hip back. We're gonna take pyramid. So you're probably gonna want your blocks for this one. Lift your left arm. I like to keep the right hand on the right hip here. And I want you to really feel that tug back of the right hip. Push down through both legs like you're gonna rip your mat in half. Now, just like we did in triangle, begin to hinge at those hips. Flat lower back. Conserve a biscuit on this bottom. Beautiful. Left palm either to block or ground. Lengthening out the spine, maybe the right hand down to a block or ground. Maybe begin to bend the elbows and hinge and fold. Maybe you walk the hands out. You really want to get that lateral line through the outer right leg. Pushing the right hip back, left hip forward. Keep pushing down through that left heel. 3 more breaths. Let it simmer. Really feel the flavors of it, whether they're sharp, they're spicy, whether they're juicy. Last breath. All right, look forward. Soften your right knee, bend it to the top of your mat, get light on the left toes. Now, left knee is gonna bend and land to the mat outside the right heel. Just like so, like you're squatting down, like you're curtsying down, and then walk your hips down. Beautiful. We're breakdancing now. As you feel that right ankle cross over the left thigh, left knee, sit up tall and try to get both sit bones on the ground. Yeah, so find that little wiggle, little adjustment so both hips are equally on the ground. Lengthen up your spine. Wrap your left palm around the right shin, right palm around left hand. Pulling the heart higher than the knees, snuggle the shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, gently hug the knee in and allow a little rotation to the right. Getting into that Cossack stretch, that big outer glute stretch. You can progress by wrapping the left forearm, left elbow around, hugging it in, maybe right hand behind you. If you're still rotating and twisting, begin to look over that right shoulder, again, making sure we're not collapsing into a snail spine, really elongating up those sit bones. Pulling space from the ears to the shoulders. Let your breath rotate around the spine. Slowly unravel, bring it forward. All right, nice and slow. I'm gonna ask you to land your palms to the left edge of your mat. Flex the right foot. Now nice and slow, lift the right heel. Oh, feel that in the hip. Try to stay tall. Slowly, like you're opening a can opener, wing the right knee back. Tap that right heel to the back of your mat. Now begin to bring it forward, up, up, up. Keep your spine long. Tap that heel exactly where you found it from. Good, keep the knee bent. Keep the foot flexed. Stay tall, try to stay balanced on that left glute. Here we go. Internally rotate, so you want the heel to come out, the knee to come in. Opening up. Tap the heel to the back of the mat. Bring it back in. Tap it to the inside of that left knee. Ready, last one. Here we go. Internal rotation, so the heel goes out, the knee comes in. Wing it back. Tap. We gotta bring it back in. There we go. All right, heel to the foot wide. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Slide the right foot back. Push into the inner right arch. Anchor the left palm. Lift the hips up enough so that you can draw the left knee underneath you. Opening up modified side plank. Beautiful. Option to stay here. Option to lift the right leg. If you really want that adductor burn, the inner right thigh burn, seal the right foot down, lift your left knee. Play around. Maybe kick it out, kick it behind, play. Last 3, 2, plank. Inhale in your plank, looking forward. Draw your ribcage through the collarbones. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale to your down dog, one long line. Big sigh, 3 breaths. One more warrior flow. Take a big inhale. Let it all go. Inhale, lift your left leg. Open your left hip crease, fire hydrant. Good, lift the knee higher, inhale. Exhale, step forward, crescent lunge. Left heel right beside left thumb. Squaring the hips as you lunge the right hip towards the left heel. Right heel's up. Squaring, stay heavy in the front heel. Use your core, use your spine strength to lift. Hug the ribcage in. Draw your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. When it feels safe, add the arms. Okay, you can do whatever you want with your arms. I just cue specifics, but again, listen to your body first. Cactus the arm bones. Steady your gaze, your breath. Feel that balance, that focus. You are unshakable. Rotate to the left. Slowly pull left rib back, right rib forward. Push your hands apart. Inhale, take up space. Maybe the gaze falls over the back left thumb. Push your hands apart, shoulders drop. Here we go, firefly, right hand down, left hand up. Nice and slow, you might want to extend your stance, pushing the palms apart. Dig the left hip back, hips are still square in space, and you're sinking the tailbone down. Steady your breath. Here we go, left palm inside left foot. Side angle prep, spin your right heel down. Staying low to the ground, already feeling that knee snuggle the left tricep. Hug your left hip forward, right hip back. Now, nice and slow, elongate. Maybe you reach up. Beautiful. Feeling some space from the hips to the ribs, inhale. Next breath, inflates you, warrior 2. Contract the heels together, inner thighs should be shaking. Little quake. Oh my goodness, okay. Squeezing the heels tight together, let this front knee bend and bow towards the second and third toe. This back heel is pushing just as firmly into the back edge of your mat. Now, we're taking out that lumbar arch, no Donald Duck behind, no Kim Kardashian behind. Lengthen the tailbone forward. Feel that little bit of length up the ribs. Beautiful, flip front palm. Inhale, exalt, left palm up, right palm down. I would like to look down the right leg. Make sure I'm staying active in that right foot. I'm getting longer in that left side body. One more big breath into the rib cage. Here we go, side angle. Stay bent in that left knee, left arm, left thigh. Wing the right arm overhead. Roll the chest open. One long line from back right heel to back middle finger. Last 3. Don't hold your breath. 2. 1, rise warrior 2 strong. Test those legs. Line shaking like a leaf. Straighten that front leg. Hands to hips. Heel toe that back foot in. About a foot, foot and a half. Now push just as firmly down through the back right heel as you are the front left heel. Wing the left hip back, right hip forward. Get a little rotation. Then I'm still hugging the pelvis under, trying to keep the bowl of the pelvis so that the top hip crests are square to the ceiling. Good, reaching the arms out. Firming the legs. Begin to hinge at those hips, push tailbone back, reach your left fingertips forward, reach, 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 reach past the mat, reach the wall ahead of you, ground the left big toe mound, and then once your rib cage comes parallel to the earth, left palm down, right palm up. Beautiful. Make sure we're not locking out the knees. Make sure being kind to the joints. Lean the heart back. Push your tailbone back. One more breath, soak it up. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. Hands to hips. Turn your right hip forward, step your right foot forward. Maybe shorten the stance a little for a pyramid. Legs on train tracks. I have this right foot angled so the heel can comfortably stay down. Hips are square. Again, think about the tilt of your pelvis, right? No Donald Duck butt. Lengthen the tailbone, push through the legs. Reach right arm up. Left palm, left hip. Pull left hip back, hinge right rib forward. Good. I actually like to dig the left hip back with my left palm. Right hand either to blocks or ground. Finding your pyramid, Parsvatanasana, getting that lateral line of the leg, stabilizing your pelvis. Push through those legs like you're trying to rip your mat in half. Beautiful, maybe walk your hands forward, bowing over that front left leg. Ground through the left big toe mound. Feel that pressure point energize up the leg. Two more breaths. Look forward. Soften your left knee. Begin to bend into it. Get light on the right heel. Now, think about the right knee. You're going to land it to the outer left heel, breakdown style. Go ahead, squat down. So the left heel comes up. Land the shin bone gently, gingerly. Lower your hips. All right, sitting tall. I'm going to move a little bit more on my mat. Nice and slow. I want that left heel hooked over the right knee. Getting both butt cheeks on the ground. Feeling equal weight between the hips. Sit up tall. Begin to wrap right palm around left shin, left knee. Begin to tug that left knee towards the right shoulder. Try not to draw back into a snail spine. Elongate up. Lift up the crown of your head like a little marionette puppet. Beautiful. Option to stay here. Option to go for the wrap. Right forearm around the knee. Left palm behind the sacrum. If you want to go there for that twist, begin to spiral your rib cage. Again, try not to dump into the rounding of the lower back. Maybe the gaze is the last to fall over the left shoulder. One more big belly breath. Slowly unravel. All right, our can openers with that left hip. Bring your palms to the right side. Balance on the right hip. Flex your left foot. Now, sit up tall. Try not to wriggle out, snake your spine as we flex and lift that left leg. Now, we have to pick up the left heel. That's a lot of hip flexor. Then we have to work the internal rotators by flexing the heel out, knee in. Begin to gently lean around. You're still light in the palms. Try to balance with the right hip. Tap the left heel to the back of your mat. Bring it forward. Lift the knee up. Tap it just around the knee. It's okay if it's in front of the knee or behind the knee. Either way, we're still going to keep moving. Lift the heel. Internally rotate. Heel out, knee in. Begin to lean. Lengthen it back. Tap. As far as it'll go, make sure you're not twisting or dumping in the lower spine. Bring it forward. Lift it up. Balancing on that right hip. Tap left heel. Go internal rotation, tap it back, bring it forward, bring it up. I think we have one more. Side might have one more than the other, that's okay. Tap, bring it forward, bring it up. Pause, inhale. Side out, relax the glutes. All right, we're gonna lean to the right. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Plant your right palm, plant your left palm. Lift yourself up onto tippy toes. Draw the inner left arch down, place the right foot, right shin, modified side plank. Inhale, roll the chest open. Push the hips up, seal the arch of the left foot. Now, option to stay here, option to lift the left foot if that feels safe, option to anchor the left foot, lift the right leg, play around, take what you need, do a little dance, make a little love. Here we go, high plank, inhale, exhale, chaturanga, bend your elbows, flush it out. Cobra up dog, push the ground away from you. Feel that length through the heels to the glutes to the back of the head. Exhale, down dog. Raise your right leg, pigeon, right knee to right wrist at any angle, as long as that feels safe for the hip. Now I like to either flex the toes back into the knee or point them like a dancer, just creating some integrity on that shin bone to support the knee. I'm actively squeezing right hip back, left hip forward. Now if this doesn't suffice, you can roll all the way over on the right hip, bend the left knee forward, bring the right shin bone parallel. Either way, sit up tall, begin to hinge your body forward with a flat back, whether you're landing to blocks or props. If you're in this passive pigeon, start by bending towards the knee with a flat back, and then gradually over time, notice if you can shift the chest towards the ankle. In that single leg pigeon, again, squaring hips, elongating out the lower spine, bow it forward. Automatically wriggle out of the lower spine. Let your belly soften. Let it balloon down with breath. Two more breaths. Big inhale through the nose. Feel it extend. Exhale up the nose. Feel it relax. Plant your palms up to your chest. Step back, down dog. Option to flush it out with another vinyasa, another flow. Option to just hold down dog. Pedal out, reset, rebalance in a way that serves you today. When you're ready, we'll just meet on the other side. Lift left leg, left knee, left wrist. Align your shin bone. If that left glute is very far away from the ground, go ahead and place a block underneath the hip to really relax and lean the lower body onto it. That way the upper body can fully surrender, have a chance to release. Bow it forward. Again, if you're doing passive pigeon, you'll be on the left hip. Right knee comes forward, left foot parallel to the top edge of your mat. If there's any impingement in this right hip just by trying to sit up and lengthen the spine, just adjust the angle of that right knee, that side knee, and then you'll hinge towards the knee, middle shin or heel. Again, you're gonna find what works for you because every pigeon is beautiful and unique. All of our hip designs and makeups are unique and different, like a snowflake. Let yourself slow down. Realign with breath and that mind-body connection. Two more breaths. Plant your palms lift. Tuck your back toes, press back down dog. Pedal out your legs. Take what you need to reset, rebalance. And then jump through, step through to a seat. Bring your legs forward in front. Sit up nice and tall on those sit bones. Really rocking forward to the sit bones and less on the tailbone. Elongate the lower back. Keep your shoulders down and back. We hinge. As you push your sternum forward, the arms are just gonna land beside you, just so that we're not diving and trying to compensate by rounding the upper back. When we're trying to get deep flexion and the upper back rounds, that's a compensation in the body. So hug the shoulders back, try to lift and lengthen the sternum forward. Like you're this gorgeous piece of pie or an arrowhead. The tailbone's the very point of it. The heart and the heels are an expansive high crest. Let your belly expand down to your lap. If this is too stimulating on your hamstrings or lower back, you can roll up a blanket or a block and just place it underneath the knees, creating a little bend there. I just ask that you keep your feet active just to engage through the kinetic chains of the body. It just activates through the back line of the body, yeah. I know it's spicier that way. It's supposed to be. Good, one more breath. Inhale, rise. Lift up at the top, wiggle out. Come onto your back. Bend your knees, lay it down. I'm just gonna dim the lights. Lift your knees up about halfway, shin bones flex. Spread your arms open. Nice and slow, without bringing your left shoulder with you, draw knees to the right, push down through the tailbone. Now, feel free to place a blanket, a block underneath the knees, between the thighs, or just have the legs floating in space, as long as that feels safe for your lower back. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. Create a little bit more space through the chest and shoulders. And then let your belly expand into that side body. Now, if there's any tension or negative pull, and this is too stimulating on your lower back, you can take a bolster, a blanket, a pillow, a block, lessen your rotation and stick the block underneath your lower spine to help support it and cradle it. Gaze can be up at the roof or to the left, counter twisting the neck. Again, as long as that feels safe on your cervical spine. Use your next exhale to contract and slowly come back through to center. Rebalance your hips and lower back. Lift your knees, flex your feet. Slowly push the tailbone an inch or two to the right. Knees fall all the way to your left. Again, using blocks or props as needed. Lengthen up the upper spine, maybe by digging the elbows down and making a little bit more space through the upper back, as long as that feels okay for your spine. And again, blocks are there to support your bolsters, your props, whether they're under the thighs, between the knees, under the lower back. Really sink your right shoulder. Feel that rotation. Begin to amplify with breath. Maybe gaze falls right if that's safe on your neck. Use your next inhale to contract, safely draw back up. Reset hips and lower back. Keep your knees bent, heel to your feet to the edges of your mat. Let your knees fall into center to touch any amount, just creating a little bit more external rotation through the outer hips and lower spine. You might feel a widening around your sacrum. You might feel a dull ache through the lower back or outer hips. Again, I like to flex the toes just to support the knees. If the knees are cramping, lessen the range of motion. So you're just going to lessen that drop in. Take your breath into your lower belly. Let's bring palms inside the hip bones to actually feel your breath rise and fall. Beautiful. Heel toe your feet back in. Extend the legs, extend the arms, sprawl out. Take up space for your final resting pose for Shavasana. Fully surrender your back body. Drop your joints. Let the legs turn out with gravity. Take a big expansive breath in. Let it go. Let the eyes close.